So in this second place, there were two men that I got help with from other persons to get them to know that I would like them to stay away from me, because I didn't feel safe in the same space with them if I didn't know that I would be left alone. So one person, I had a flatmate, and she was in a capoeira group, and then one man in that capoeira group was working with children, and I was interested in that type of work, so this person came over and we had a long talk. And this person is really like hyperactive, which is something that I can like. So even though this person was saying that, yeah, it's like when I go to work with the kids, I usually wrestle them down so that they know who's the boss, kind of. Wow, you kind of show with physical power, like to put these 8-year-olds in place. Maybe there are other ways. And anyways, I had sent an SMS to this person, said that I had felt attracted and also that I would like to meet with her, that I would be interested in that. And well, she didn't reply. And then my flatmate was talking with this person, and she got to hear about this SMS that this man and another man, they had been talking about that as if like, oh yeah, this woman, yeah, she only wants to get laid, and I had sent, after I got to hear that, I sent another SMS to this man saying that I feel hurt by this type of comment, and yeah, basically that. And then at one capoeira practice, they had been playing and doing the capoeira together, and the guy had kicked on her legs, so she fell down, and then the man approached this woman, asking, are you okay? And she was like, that really hurt. And this man was, well, consider it payback, which is really scary behavior. You hit somebody and then wow. So there were some other stuff that happened as well that were like totally freaky, but that's enough. Physical violence anyway. So this was one of the persons that I got help with, the same woman who had been talking with dominant person number 4 before and called me sexist, or asked me if like I should think about, am I sexist or not. But she offered herself and said that, hey, I can go and just ask her like if she would be okay with my statement of that, and just of that I would feel safer if I knew that I would be left alone, and so she did that. And then the other person was a person who I couldn't be able to get rid of somehow. She has very dominant behavior, not being able to discuss things, but completely seeing everything from her own point of view, so impossible to take in the idea of that, the pain and suffering of other people, that can be real, discomfort in other people, that can be real. And I had like several times stated my boundaries and said that I don't think this is fun, This is not like working as a conversation. I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel safe. And at one point, once again in that house, this person was approaching me, and I don't want to talk with you, I don't want to talk with you, you have to leave me alone, I feel uncomfortable. And then another man who was sitting further away was saying in a really calm voice that, hey, like, you listen and do as she says. And then this person walked away. So I asked this other man for help in a confrontation, or in as I wanted her there as a witness, so that because I wanted to ask from this dominant person that she would promise to leave me alone in the house, because I just didn't feel comfortable and safe without knowing that she would just not approach me every time or whenever. And that was the typical kind of discussion where I tried to point out the power structures and gender roles and typical behavior. And whenever I talked, it was kind of, I don't get it. And when the man was repeating the same thing, like saying, yeah, it's like, you know, it's there, it's something that we can't help, it's in the back of our you know, it's in our spines, that from when we're kids we are taught this way of behaving and thinking, and so we don't notice it. And I mean, this typical gendered behavior of not listening to a woman, but then when a man says it, then you can take in the message somehow. So I mean, this dominant person was doing exactly that behavior when I was trying to state my boundaries. So like when the other guy was talking, it was like, yeah, like this kind of gesture, like, oh yeah, you got a point there, you know. But when I was speaking, it was just this kind of and finally, yeah, there was one funny comment coming out of that conversation, and that was like, Mila, you're like a social bomb. You will bring anarchy into, and then just going like, oh, I mean, to the guy that, to the other man who was there, oh, I mean, with anarchy, I mean, but I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. Hopefully I will be able to bring some in there. Not chaos, but freedom, autonomy. And anyways, this man promised to leave me alone, and after that she went out and she kind of smeared out another woman had been writing, once I was a slut, but once I thought I was a slut, but then I realized I was acting like a man, to show the double standards, like when women have sex with a lot of people, then she's a slut. If a man does the same, she's like, ooh, some big hero or something. And this man went there, destroyed this woman's work, tried to like smear it out from the wall. It didn't work, it was just a little bit smudgy, and then like put this big cross on it, and on the side, no sexism allowed in this house. And these are issues that are still not being discussed, like what is sexism? I mean, that would be a great example, and also a great example of how are women who try to bring in the issues, how are they treated? I mean, how is their work treated? This woman's work was destroyed. I don't think I saw her again. And this is something that happens to me very often, and also that the work I do, that it's denied, or that it's seen as domination, or that it's bad, or that would be something that would be really important to talk about at some point. But yeah, those were those two things.